San Antonio is one of the oldest major cities in Texas, and it fought tooth and nail to get there. Since its founding in 1718, the city has faced disease, outlaws, and revolution. Wandering through the sidewalks and alleyways, it's difficult not to think of the men who laid down their lives at the Battle of the Alamo. But the city only has to do so much. It's not just the monuments that remind you, it's also the spirits. Join us as we venture through some of San Antonio's most haunted locations and legends in this very special Tale from the Tour, Hometown Hauntings edition. We begin with a tale that many San Antonio locals may be familiar with, concerning a haunted stretch of railroad tracks. The story goes that around the 1930s and 40s, a bus driver was dropping off children from school when a sudden engine malfunction brought the bus to an abrupt halt, right in the middle of the tracks. The driver frantically turned the key in the ignition to no avail. The blast of a deafening horn drowned out the screams of the children and signaled the rapid approach of a freight train. With no time for anyone to get off the bus, there are no survivors in the ensuing collision. Since that day, legend has it that if you ever find your vehicle stuck on a train track in San Antonio, a mysterious force will push your car to safety. Many locals have deliberately tested this theory and swear that it holds true. They also claim that upon inspecting their cars afterward, small handprints had mysteriously appeared on the windows. Interestingly though, there is no record of any incident in San Antonio involving the tragic deaths of students on a school bus. There was, however, an uncannily similar incident that happened in Salt Lake City in 1938. How a Utah tragedy ended up as a Texas legend, we may never know. But as for the so-called haunted San Antonio rail lines, it's probably best to heed the warnings of the locals so you don't find yourself on the wrong side of the tracks. Hop off the train in downtown San Antonio, you might be drawn to the many different spirits of the iconic watering hole Pat O'Brien's. Located in Alamo Plaza, Pat O'Brien's is a bit of a unique establishment. It's the only place in San Antonio that makes you feel like you're stepping right into New Orleans. The pub is a direct recreation of the Pat O'Brien's found on St. Peter Street in the Crescent City, but it seems the similarities don't end there. Much like its Louisiana counterpart, the San Antonio pub is reportedly quite haunted. The land that the bar sits on was originally where parts of the Battle of the Alamo took place. No doubt the very spot you're getting your drinks poured was where many young soldiers lost their lives. Later on in its history, the building served as a pharmacy. The family who owned it ran their business on the ground floor and lived upstairs on the second floor. It's likely no coincidence, therefore, that one of the most well-known ghosts of Pat O'Brien's also seems to reside upstairs. The staff have affectionately named him Timmy. Timmy is the spirit of a young boy who can sometimes be seen in one of the second-floor windows. It's believed that Timmy lives in the Briar Suite of Pat O'Brien's. Bottles are known to fall off shelves in that room without any explanation or reason, but that doesn't mean Timmy doesn't like to get around. Guests have also sworn they've seen the apparition of a small boy running up and down the stairs. Oftentimes, the bar's two pianos have been heard when no one else is around to play them. The staff believe that Timmy is the one banging on the keys. Despite how active he seems to be, there is no concrete theory of why Timmy resides in the pub. Some think he used to live on the second floor with his family when the building was a pharmacy. Others believe that Timmy may have been a victim of the Battle of the Alamo. Whatever the case may be, he seems to have made Pat O'Brien's his home in the afterlife. And just a stone's throw from Pat O'Brien's lies the Alamo itself, without a doubt one of the most haunted locations in San Antonio. For 13 days, 200 men defended to their last breath the Alamo against more than 1,500 troops of the Mexican army. Though the fort fell and no Texan man was left standing, it is an act of bravery that is still remembered to this day, and the spirits have very much not forgotten. Paranormal sightings appeared only days after the battle ended. When Santa Anna ordered the fort's church to be burned to the ground, his men returned to him with pale faces. They reported that 6 apparitions with flaming swords encircled the men, prevented them from destroying the church. Santa Anna nor his men ever returned to the fort again. Other apparitions have been seen throughout the years, including a small boy, a father and a son embracing on the rooftops, a Mexican soldier with a somber look on his face, and a lone gunman, still keeping watch on the south roof all these decades later. Legends and stories like these help keep our history alive. They are a part of our city's culture. They are its essence. They show that when it comes to hometown hauntings, the truth may be stranger than fiction.